Pages from the notebook of one of America's leading authorities on saltwater fishing. Mark Sosins' Saltwater Journal is brought to you by Penn Reels, the great American reel company. By Lowrance Electronics, world's largest manufacturer of sport fishing sonar. Overcast 15, the only sunscreen lotion formulated for fishermen. And Fish Formula by Keeper Bait Company, the world's most advanced scent technology. In just a moment, page 1 of today's feature story.
The steady, monotonous drone of the engines, coupled with a rolling boat, causes thoughts to wander and eyelids to become heavy. Watching baits in the wake hour after hour is a tiresome task, but total concentration is the most critical ingredient for catching a marlin.
Mark, bring your ballyhoo a little closer in line with my teaser.
I'm in line.
Okay, that's far enough back now. I'm going to bring him all the way up, right to the back of your teaser.
Look at him come.
Mark, he's on there now. Bring your ballyhoo in line with this teaser.
Right underneath. He's right there.
Here he comes. Mark, I'm going to take it away from him the next time he comes up.
I'm right there, right in front of him.
Wave it in. Bring your bait in to me a little bit, Mark.
Can't get over there, Flip.
Come closer to me. Drop back. Drop back. Drop back.
He's going.
Okay, Mark. Okay, Mark.
There he is. There he is. There he is to the right. Greyhounding. Look at him go.
I think we got 2 fish around here. Are you hooked up?
Yeah, I'm hooked up.
Do you have a bite?
Yeah, I have a bite, Captain. Coming up. Taking line. Coming up. Hold on.
You want to brace back here, Mark? Would that be better for you?
No, I'm fine, Flip. Not much I can do at this distance.
Well, you did a terrific job on dropping back in just at the perfect moment.
I could see him. He was close. That's the beauty of that technique. He's right there.
I'm telling you, you put him right in your pocket.
I saw him coming. I just fed him.
You dropped it right back in his lips.
Boy, they're tough when they go down, Flip. Nothing you can do but hold on. Look at him take that line. Look at him, still going down, Flip.
Boy, he's peeling that line off of there, isn't he? I hope you
can't stop him.
It on there.
Oh, I think we got enough line. I just keep thinking that I got to bring it all the way back up.
Well, if you need any help, you just holler.
He's still taking line, Hadley. Slugging it out with a blue marlin is an extremely demanding physical task for the angler and requires equal concentration and response from the skipper in handling the boat. The team must stay on the fish at all times and keep it close aboard where the maximum amount of pressure can be applied. Time works against the fisherman. The longer his quarry is in the water, the greater the chance for error on his part, as well as the risk of tackle failure. Fishing for blue marlin actually begins long before you leave the dock. That's when baits are rigged carefully and tackle readied for the anticipated battle.
Flip, you're one of the few people I know in the world who likes to tease marlin.
Well, I tell you, it's something that we really developed down here not too long ago. I had no experience with it either, but we tried it in June of this year when we were doing some fly fishing for marlin.
Right here in the Cayman Islands?
Yes, we did, right on this boat. I think it was a technique that Roosevelt and I accidentally developed, and it worked out really, really well. You can tease them up just as though you were fly fishing.
Same as you do with sailfish or anything else?
Exactly the same way.
And you have a specialized rod for that?
Yes, this is a rod that we built back up in the States. I think it's 9.5 feet long and a very, very slow action. It's ferruled so you can travel with it. And I've been using 30-pound on it. It seems to work real well, but the long rod gives these teasers a terrific action through the waves.
So you troll the teasers, and you have two in tandem. In this case, it'd be two bonita in tandem.
Well, what we're going to do today is we're going to run two teasing rods, one off either side of the boat with a single bonita back on each rod. Then what will happen when a marlin comes up on one, whichever one he comes up on, we'll leave back until we get the other one clear, and then we'll tease him on the one that he originally.
And then I'll just put a bait back alongside. You'll jerk this out of the water.
Well, we'll be teasing something like 40 or 50 yards behind the boat, so we'll bring the marlin back to about 30 or 40 feet behind the boat. Then you can drop back.
Flip, before you sew these things, I understand you put them in a formaldehyde solution to toughen them up.
10 to 1. 10 parts of water to 1 part formaldehyde, and it really, really does toughen them overnight.
How long do you soak them? Overnight?
Overnight.
And then they're hard, and then a marlin can grab them, or you can troll them for hours, and the bait doesn't fall apart.
Oh, yes.
Is it worth doing that with baits that you use even when you put a hook in them?
Well, for example, what we're going to do today, when we tease the marlin to the back of the boat, you'll just drop the bait back one time. I mean, the bait won't be stressed until that marlin actually hits it. And I think maybe it would be better if the bait broke apart when the marlin hit it to expose the hook better. But probably for what we're doing, formaldehyde would not be a good idea for the actual bait. Well, although it might in another situation where you were trolling the actual bait for long periods of time.
Right. And they do that for marlin.
Absolutely. Well, they brine a lot.
It just takes cool courage to tease a marlin like this. Most folks don't do it, and they're happy to get a shot at a marlin with whatever they have out with a hook in it.
Well, you're going to be surprised how well this works, bait fishing marlin, teasing first. You're going to be really surprised.
That's that moment of truth. I'm up to the tip. Look at him light up. We got a tagging stick. Hang on, Roadster. Almost done. You can let go. Roadster, do make that lines for 3.
Pumping a marlin to the surface after it has sounded, or simply holding the rod while it sulks, is a physically draining exercise. In many situations, one must simply wait it out, although there are a number of tricks that sometimes will force the fish up. With skillful boat handling, there's always the chance that you can harass the marlin and keep it charging on the surface. When that happens, it's a much easier battle for the angler.
Ah, well. That's marlin fishing, Captain. Yes, sir. A little too much pressure, that line frayed on the bow. See what we got 'em.
Even for a writer, it is sometimes difficult to find the words that express the frustration and disappointment when a hook pulls on a blue marlin after a lengthy and hard-fought battle.
Can you believe that? Nip pulled the hook after all that time?
Pull the hook. Pull the hook.
Although the results are the same and the disappointment equally encompassing, it almost seems better to break the line by accidentally applying too much pressure than suddenly have the hook pull free when one is so close to a coveted victory.
Yeah, but you usually don't release them 100 yards away.
You looked like you were ready to release
I was ready. Flip, anybody who fishes marlin wouldn't believe that you would put baits out there without hooks. I know men who won't even troll plastic teasers unless they have hooks in them. And you have a totally different system. I've seen it work. It's just incredible. What do you do?
Well, when I'm fishing light line, like we're fishing, 30 pound, 15, 16 pound, 12 pound, that sort of thing. Fly rods, yeah. Then what we try to do is troll a mackerel teaser, something like this. This one's a little beat up, but the same sort of teaser as this. And when the marlin comes up, we try to bait him up near the transom of the boat so that the angler can feed back a bait or cast a fly or plug or artificial lure, whatever, to the marlin.
A lot of people, Flip, claim that you cannot hold a blue marlin behind a boat or bring them up.
You're going to see how long we hold them by the boat. Many casts as you want to take. We'll keep them right there.
From what I have seen, Flip, I'm almost convinced that for the person who wants to catch the marlin the first time, you can tease them up closely. There's no problem. You have a clean shot. You don't have a lot of belly in the line. You don't have a lot of stretch in the monofilament when you're setting the hook. It's right here. You just drop back 20, 30 feet, bang, hit them, and you got a fish.
And it's just a pleasing way to do it. I mean,
it's exciting.
You see the fish come up 40, 50 yards back, and you tease him all the way to the within.
Well, what is the secret of teasing? Do you let him eat the bait?
You've got to let him get the bait one time. And the difficult part about teasing them is getting it away from them.
And how do you do that?
I do it by a series of very hard jerks, sharp jerks, and I try to do it immediately when he takes the teaser. I watch him very closely. Polaroid glasses are a must. As soon as I see him close down on the bait that first time, I have to get it away from him or he'll make a long run with it, and then it's hard to tease him back up. But if you can keep him from making that first run...
Now you use a special rod, a high-speed reel, a rod that can pull that bait out of the water at the last instant.
That's right. This teasing rod is 9.5 feet long. And you can notice the long foregrip on it. That's so that I can grab it up there and get that teaser away from the marlin at the propitious moment.
It's a substitution game. I'm drifting a bait back, you're pulling the marlin in, then you jerk yours out of the water, and my bait is there, and the marlin looks, and the next thing he sees is a bait with a hook right above him. Exactly. And he's going to hit that thing because now he's got it.
That's it. People tend to think that when that fish comes up the first time, that's the only time, and that's the end of his interest. But that's not true. You can tease those fish for hundreds of yards.
Do you think that more people should do this to catch their first marlin or to catch
the old shell game? Oh, I think it's the only way to catch your first marlin and your last marlin. I love it.
It's hard to convince people, though, not to put hooks in 4 baits and drag them behind the boat and all that.
But it works.
But not everyone in the world has your kind of courage and skill of bringing these fish up.
They do when they see it done one time.
Then everybody wants to try it.
You'll see.
You think more people are going to marlin fish this way in the future?
Old habits are hard to break.
Marlin! Marlin! Enough teaser! Enough teaser!
Line your ballyhoo right up with my teaser.
I got it. It's right there.
Get your rod over this way, Mark. You got to put the lure next to mine.
Get it on, Flip!
Drop back to it, baby. He's on it again. Now he's got it. All set up.
Going straight away. See where the line's going?
There he goes. Oh, right under the bird. Look at that. All right. Ladies and gentlemen.
We're going to turn it around.
And on its incredible power, speed, and spectacular jumps, most serious offshore anglers rank the blue marlin as the premier game fish. A migratory resident of all tropical and warm temperate seas, the largest blue marlin seem to occur in the Pacific, where specimens weighing more than 2,000 pounds have been seen. The Cayman Islands lie 500 miles due south of Miami, Florida, and are actually outcroppings from a submerged mountain range stretching from Cuba to Belize. The Cayman Trough, almost 25,000 feet deep, lies on a direct line with Jamaica. For years, skin divers probed the inshore reefs and the walls of the drop-off. Recently, recreational anglers discovered that blue marlin prowl the nearby sea throughout the year, and Grand Cayman is quickly becoming one of the prime marlin spots in the Caribbean.
Where the fucking yellow flag is. Come on up! There he is. See his tail? Flip, it's hard to believe that these fish are that strong. You're tailing down sea, Ellie. All right. What do you want me to do? What the big ones are like, Flip.
There he goes again.
I tell you, these things on light tackle, 20, 30 pound test, great challenge. It's like a brawl to me. Great challenge. Come on, fellow.
Right here,
I see him.
close.
Come on up. Come on up. There he comes. Let me.
Atlee, let's just kind of hold and see if we can fight him. Fire him way down so we can handle him a little bit.
Known internationally as a leading light tackle guide on the shallow tropical flats, Captain Flip Pallot is equally at home on the blue water grounds, where his quickness and skill make him a master at teasing billfish.
I'll tell you, when they sound like that, it just becomes a brawl.
Yeah. This breeze is a little stiff, Captain. The next one's yours, Flip.
Is this your swan song, Mark?
I don't know how you talked me into this. I really don't.
You don't think I would do that, do
You're
you?
going to. Just as soon as we can tag and release this guy, you're going to do it. You're younger, better physical condition, half
And smarter. That's why I'm not doing it.
It's going to work up a cold day. How come I never get to fish on the bluebird days?
Nothing pumps life into the team aboard any boat faster than the cry of Marlin, Marlin. This spectacular game fish earned its reputation through performance. There are no easy blue marlin regardless of size. Some are simply tougher than others. To watch the speed generated by that forked tail and to marvel at the strength of this fish are part of the game. At the end, nothing is more pleasing than to put a tag in the marlin's shoulder, cut the leader, and watch it swim away defiantly and proudly. That's what marlin fishing is all about.
Jump, baby, jump! Come on! Come on! He's right here.
Jumping, baby.
Jump! He's in tight. He's in tight. See his tail? He's shaking his head. He's coming up!
All right.
Just
Oh, boy, what a show.
Is he off? I don't know. No, he's not off.
No, he still got him.
I'm ready like that. If you have to let go, you just let go.
Yeah.
And I'll go with him. He's caught underneath. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Mark, cross over, Mark. Cross
I'm
over.
coming. I'm coming.
Just keep your rod high and see if we get him. Yeah, he's tired.
That's it. Hit that swivel. Whoa. Boy.
Mark?
Yeah.
Good going. Way to stick with him. I'll tell you, it's hard to hold.
Reflecting on the hours and even days waiting for that one critical moment, an obscure philosopher noted that the price of a marlin is eternal vigilance.
There he is. Turn him straight up. Oh.
Mark Sosins' Saltwater Journal. Pages from the notebook of one of America's leading authorities on saltwater fishing. Mark Sosins' Saltwater Journal has been brought to you by Penn Reels, the great American reel company. By Lowrance Electronics, world's largest manufacturer of sport fishing sonar. Overcast 15, the only sunscreen lotion formulated for fishermen. And Fish Formula by Keeper Bait Company, the world's most advanced scent technology. Join us next week for another feature story from the pages of Mark Sosins' Saltwater Journal.